Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So this is my Premier League review for Game Week 4. I actually got it right this time. I accidentally, in Game Week 3, put the title Game Week 4 and everything. I don't know why I had 4 in my mind. I think basically at the end of the video, I started talking about like this week's football. So I just had 4 in my mind instead of 3. So basically the 10 matches were over 2 days this time, rather than being like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's just it's just Saturday, Sunday. So, very first match, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, ends up being 4-0 to Chelsea, which took me by surprise considering their performance against West Brom. Ben Chilwell started for Chelsea and he did quite well. I think he got an assist and a goal. It's a bit annoying for me because I had Reece James in my squad thinking he'd do alright. I don't think he's going to play now that Chilwell's in. Crystal Palace, their decent record is starting to fade away. So that's not good for them. Yeah, like I said, good performance by Chelsea. Werner, again, not really doing anything. I feel like they should have relied more on their actual players that they had, not these massive signings. It was so weird for me when they signed Chilwell, the fact that he was injured, but he seems to be doing all right already. It seems to be a good English connection in there. One moment that did come up was Jorginho, I think, scored twice from a penalty, had 2 penalties, and the second one, Abraham wanted to take the penalty, but Jorginho wanted to take it because obviously he's the penalty taker, and then Azpilicueta, I think, who's the captain, had to sort of talk him out of it. And I think Frank Lampard mentioned there was a bit of tension between them in the locker room, but he said it will be sorted. And he respects that Abraham sort of wanted to get that goal because obviously he's a striker, but basically he has to know that the captain's decision is final, sort of like manager's decision. So yeah, that was interesting. We'll see how it plays next week, whether Abraham actually starts or not. Might actually put Giroud on, who knows. Following match, Everton versus Brighton. Everton win 4-2. James Rodriguez definitely being the star player in this one. I think Richarlison unfortunately went off with an injury early. They said he might be fine for the next one. I think he just took a knock or something. But Calvert-Lewin gets a goal. So he's got 8 goals in 5 games for Everton, which is very impressive. And James Rodriguez scored twice, and I think got an assist as well. Pickford, yet again, made a mistake, and watching it, it's like, how do you mess that up? It was like a headed downwards. It was a very slow ball towards him, and he goes to catch it, and he just drops it on the floor. Maguire gets it and scores. And yeah, if anything's going to bring Everton down, I've said this before, and I'll say it again, it's Jordan Pickford. They need to find a replacement for him, and to me, it's one of those things where oh, but he's England's #1 goalkeeper. It's like, I don't think he will be for long if he keeps that up. The fact was, I think he was sort of equal or second of most errors leading to goals last season. I think he's already had 3 this season, and 1 in a cup match as well. And it's if you're doing that on a regular basis and you're meant to be a Premier League goalkeeper, chances are you're not going to stay in goal for long. And I think Ancelotti needs to find someone else basically to replace him. I know that he's one of the goalkeepers for England in the friendlies coming up. It's international break now, so luckily I managed to make all the transfers I wanted on fantasy football. And I think Henderson and Pope were the others. I'm hoping Dean Henderson goes in. I'll get to that again for tomorrow's matches. Well, tonight's matches. Next match, Leeds versus Man City. Manages to be a 1-1. So Leeds are doing very well for themselves. Man City are struggling. Obviously, they lost 5-2 to Leicester last week. Leeds are definitely doing very well for themselves. They took Liverpool to the limit. They took Man City to the limit. They've got a win and a draw. And I think they won their other match as well. Can't remember. I think so, because it was Fulham, I think. Because they won 4-3 against Fulham. But I can't remember who else they beat. But they're doing very well for themselves. They're currently 5th in the table, which isn't bad for them. Newcastle versus Burnley, 3-1 to Newcastle. I took Callum Wilson out of my team because he didn't do too well last week. And he only got the goal because of a penalty. And I was like, he's not going to do too well. And I put Calvert-Lewin in because obviously Calvert-Lewin's on a roll. Then Callum Wilson goes and scores and gets an assist in this game. And I'm like, Why couldn't have you done that? Like, it's a typical fantasy football cliche where it's like, someone's not doing well, you take them out, they start doing a whole lot better, and you're just like, why? Yeah, Newcastle, they managed to bounce back from losing to West Ham, so that's pretty good for them. So on that first day, we had 16 goals. That's not too bad. Now, yesterday/today, well, I'd say yesterday because it's Sunday. Southampton beat West Brom 2-0. Very good for them. I think Ings scored again, so he's keeping his role going. West Brom, yet another loss. That's 4 losses out of 4 now for them. So it's not looking good. Leicester versus West Ham. West Ham won 3-0 away at Leicester. I think they should just look at not having David Moyes managing them, because by the looks of it, they've literally gone to win 4-0 and 3-0 against Wolves and Leicester without David Moyes there, so maybe that's saying something. We'll see what they do next week, and if Leicester bounce back from this, we'll see. Wolves versus Fulham. Wolves only won 1-0 against them. I think they're starting to struggle a little bit. Like I say, it could have been more, especially against Fulham. Either that or Fulham had a strong showing. Arsenal versus Sheffield United. 2-1 to Arsenal, so that's another win for Arsenal. Sheffield United, yet another loss. They're also 4-4, so they're near the bottom of the table. I think it's just West Brom that are down there based... Oh no, West Brom drew, didn't they? So ignore me saying that they're 4-4. I think Sheffield United and Fulham are 4-4 of losses. Now this is where it gets very interesting. Manchester United versus Tottenham. Manchester United 1, Tottenham 6. So basically what happened was, Man U get a penalty within the first 2 minutes. And it's like, well, there you go, there's your goal, Bruno Fernandes, cliche penalty. Within the next 5 minutes, Tottenham go and score twice. One for Son and one for Kane, I think, or Lamella, if I remember correctly. 24th minute, Martial gets sent off for Lamella putting his arm in his face, and then him responding by putting 2 fingers on his throat and slightly pushing him, and Lamella basically going, ah. And based on that, he got sent off. After that, Tottenham were just all over United. One bit that made me laugh, it sort of just brings up the whole Harry Maguire and De Gea problems. So this one's mainly Harry Maguire. There's a bit where they're heading, for some reason, they've headed the ball, and then Bailly's headed it, and then Maguire's headed it, and then Shaw's gone to retrieve the ball, because another Tottenham player's next to him, and Maguire grabs Shaw, and tries to move Shaw out the way so he can get to the ball. In that time, another Tottenham player's come in and scored past De Gea, and it's like, we've paid 80 million for Maguire, and that's what he does. Like, there's the joke of when I think Mustafi started marking the referee. It's like, Maguire's taken out his own teammates and basically conceded the goal for that reason. And then, yeah, like I said, after that, it was just goal after goal for Tottenham. Man U have conceded 11 goals in 4 games, and they have won 1. If I remember correctly, they won 3-2 against Brighton. Barely. Like I said, they looked out, and I think Tottenham just proved that it's not going well. If you literally have one signing and you're not even going to play him, it's like, you wonder why Sancho doesn't want to come to Man U. They're probably trying to sign other players, and they're still like, no, I don't want to come here, because obviously whatever's going on there is not going well at all. I'm going to say it again. Give Henderson a chance in goal, because De Gea's let 6 in. You can't keep living on, oh, but it's De Gea, he's the star goalkeeper for United, because look how he's conceded 6. You know, it's not that good. And then, to top it up, Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Aston Villa 7, Liverpool 2. Adrian messes up in the first 5 minutes, gives it away to Grealish. Again, defensive mishaps, and Ollie Watkins scores, who's basically come from Brentford. Ollie Watkins manages to get a hat-trick in this. I think Grealish scores twice. Grealish got a ton of points after today. I think 2 or 3 were deflections, but still Adrian should at least try to save them. Again, it's very poor defending. Liverpool are on like a defensive meltdown, and I think this sort of just proved it. Maybe these international breaks will give them a bit of a wake-up call. Like I said, they barely got past Leeds. Chelsea weren't too much of a problem for them, but then again they had Kepa in goal, so that speaks for itself. Kepa led them to like essentially handed Liverpool one of their goals. Arsenal they're fine with after going behind, like they managed to come back from that. But yeah, this not a good look for Liverpool. It's been their biggest loss for a very long time, and this is meant to be the super Liverpool squad that won the Premier League. I think it definitely goes to show how much they miss Alisson in goal. But again, Alisson did have a couple of mistakes last season. I think just defensively, they're just not 100% right now. I don't know what it is. But yeah, Aston Villa scoring 7 past Liverpool. Who knew? And there's me thinking they're going to be rock bottom of the table come the end of the season because they wouldn't have got signings. But in my defence, they hadn't signed anyone in that time. And since then, I think they've signed 3 new people. They've signed Martinez, the goalkeeper from Arsenal, who's doing a very good job. I think Martinez hopefully is going to be like underrated goalkeeper of the season. They've got Watkins, who's again scored 3 times. I think they're still looking to sign more players. Obviously, I think West Ham wanted Tarkowski from Burnley, not Aston Villa. But yeah, so maybe I'm going to be definitely wrong about Aston Villa. But again, there's going to be an international break, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, what a first start of the month. Like a month of football we've had, from 4-3 Liverpool Leeds to Leicester winning 5-2 to on the same night 6-1 Tottenham Man U, and 7-2 Aston Villa Liverpool. It's just like, and then West Ham, for instance, they begin the season, they lose matches, everyone's falling out with the owners and all this stuff. Even Mark Noble's even at them. David Moyes has coronavirus as to the players, and then they go on to win and get 2 clean sheets. It's like, where the hell has this come from? It's just mental. But it's a very exciting season. Like even like on Sunday there were 6, 9. 17, 16 even, sorry. 25 goals. 25 goals in one day. 41 goals over the weekend. I remember 2 weeks ago there was 40 goals over 3 days, if I remember correctly. But more football like this, please, where there's that many goals. Like, I probably don't mind that a lot of teams have really shoddy defence, because if it means more goals, why not? But yeah, I'm going to go over the table quickly. So, in first place, Everton, 4 for 4 for Everton, goal difference of 7. It's absolutely crazy. If I'll be honest, like if Everton keep this up and they win, I'm not going to be, well, I wouldn't be mad anyway. But it would be nice to see, like a team like Everton, just the way they're playing now, the way Ancelotti's got them playing. If they can go all the way, that would be very impressive for them. Aston Villa, the only other team with a perfect record, but they've only played 3 games, so they've got 9 points. Leicester, Arsenal, Liverpool, they've all played 4, won 3, lost 1. Leicester are third based on goal difference. Also, Aston Villa have the best goal difference now of 9. Everton have a goal difference of 7. Leicester got a goal difference of 5. Arsenal got a goal difference of 3. Liverpool have a goal difference of nothing. Tottenham are 6th. Chelsea 7th, Leeds 8th, Newcastle 9th, all on 7 points. Tottenham have got 7 goal difference, Chelsea 4, Leeds and Newcastle 1. West Ham, Southampton, Crystal Palace and Wolves are 10th to 13th, with goal difference of 4, -1, -2 and -3. Manchester City are 14th with 4 points. So basically they won 1, lost 1, drew 1. Goal difference of -1. Brighton and Hove Albion have got 3. Manchester United got 3. Manchester United is 16th currently. But again, they've only played 3 games, but they've lost twice, so it's not a good start for them. They're on -6. That's how bad it is. West Brom, they've got 1 point in 17th with a goal difference of -8. Burnley, Sheffield United and Fulham are all on the bottom with 0 points. Burnley have only played 3 games though. Burnley and Sheffield United have got a goal difference of -5 and Fulham have a goal difference of -8. So I've got Fulham closest to my position at the moment. But yeah, what an interesting first 4 weeks of football we've had. We're going to have an international break, so obviously there's going to be a bit of a break from me doing these videos. We'll see how people do after their international breaks as well. But yeah, what a good first 4 weeks of football. That's my review for Game Week 4. Massive results for obviously both Tottenham and Aston Villa. Aston Villa the much bigger result. Everton's still 100% record. We'll see how they do after the international break. But thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.